Hello and welcome to Building a Safer Future with Google Cloud and Fortinet. Today's exciting webinar is sponsored by Google Cloud and Fortinet and produced by Actual Tech Media. My name is Jess Steinbach. I'm with Actual Tech Media, and I'm so happy that I get to be your moderator for this conversation all about optimizing your cloud security strategy. We are all seeing the trends, right? And the research, we know cyber attacks are on the rise. And my guess is that many of you are already feeling the growing pressure to strengthen your organization's cloud defenses. So here's the good news. Today, we have two leading experts here with us to help explore the trends and the key tactics that you can employ to mitigate risk and streamline your operations while enhancing your data protection strategy. We have a lot of great content to cover, and our wonderful speakers are waiting just in the wings, ready to get started. So I am going to zip through a few housekeeping points that will help you get the most out of your time here with us today. All right, so let's take a little guided tour of your audience console. We're going to start with the questions window. This is the best place to get involved, get interactive, post all those insightful questions. I know you have all the comments, all the feedback. We want to hear from you. We want this to be interactive and conversational. So be sure you find that questions tab right now. And in fact, you can give a little test run. Say hi, say hello, give a wave to the community out here with us today. Now, a quick side note, that window is also the best place to reach out and let us know if you do have any technical issues during the session. I do want to remind you, the very first thing you're going to try, if anything comes up with slides or audio today, is a browser refresh. That should get rid of the usual tech gremlins, but if they're really clinging on today, no problem. You're going to shoot a message in that questions window to the Actual Tech Media team, and we will be there to help you out. All right, the last thing I want to point out in your audience console is the handouts tab. Go check out some of the cool resources and follow-ups that we have to our conversation today. Be sure you download those, set those aside because you will want those after we wrap. All right, and it is not just awesome content that we are giving away here today. We also have a $250 Best Buy gift card as a prize drawing at the end of our webinar. Of course, you must be in live attendance during the webinar in order to win, and all winners must meet the Actual Tech Media prize terms and conditions. If you're not sure what those are, you can head on over to that handouts tab, click in, scroll down, and you will find the full T's and C's waiting for you there. All right, speaking of prizes, not only does asking a question today help bring up the energy, the fun, the engagement, plus you get a nice little shiny gold star from me. And on top of all of that, you are entered to win the Best Question gift card. We have a $50 Best Buy gift card going to the Best Question Asked, and we are going to review all the questions asked after we wrap today. So even if we don't get to your question in a live Q&A session, you are still entered to win. So get those questions in. Make sure that you're using that questions window as we go through our day today. All right, well, that is it for the housekeeping, and that means it is time to get this conversation rolling. I am so excited to introduce you to this incredible dynamic duo, Preston Hogue, Head of ISV Partner Marketing Security Ecosystem at Google Cloud, and Paul Martin, Director of Global Alliances at Fortinet. All right, Preston and Paul, I am very excited to hear more about this innovative partnership. I know you have a lot of great stuff in store for us, so I am going to step back and hand things over to you. Take it away, Preston.
Thanks, Jess. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here and have an in-depth conversation about Google Cloud and how we partner with Fortinet to create unique value propositions to address your security needs. When it comes down to Google Cloud, we're really proud of the history of our innovations. And in fact, those history of innovations have built what we believe to be the foundation of the application infrastructure of the internet. And what we've since built on top of that, what we believe to be a very differentiated approach to cloud service providers that we all know now today is Google Cloud. We have some core principles in Google Cloud that we believe really separate us. One of those is a shared fate model. What does that mean? That means that when we are addressing security threats and you're a Google Cloud customer, that we're in it together and that we really take a shared responsibility to address the evolving threat landscape. The other element is purpose-built hardware. This is a key topic with AI and the need to have GPUs and CPUs and TPUs. And we believe that we provide differentiation in our approach to purpose-built hardware. But there's other really cool technology elements that some of you may not even know that were actually designed by Google, such as Kubernetes, that is now utilized by all cloud service providers. There's also that infamous white paper that we wrote 15 years ago that was based on BeyondCorp that really started to introduce the key concepts that you have a user, you have an application, and really comes down to it, the controls are built into the fabric of those two entities that we now know today is zero trust. And so, how do we how do we really differentiate our understanding of threats? Well, supporting the key technologies that many of you have used for many years, has enabled us to look across a footprint of 3 billion users, and associated to that all of the evolving threats and risks that are introduced to some of these key applications that we have now built into the fabric of Google Cloud. And so when we look at the foundational elements of what we believe that are necessary for our security ecosystem, just like any relationship that you have in your life, it really should have a foundation of trust. And when we then build on top of that foundation of trust, it's really about innovations that we've already been talking about. But those innovations are also about how we build innovations with key partners such as Fortinet. And then last but not least, it's all about the partnerships. Every one of you know the evolving threat landscape is so massive, but it's also moving so quickly that Google Cloud cannot address it on our own, and we must work with partners such as Fortinet to be able to address the evolving threat landscape. And so when we look at that foundation of trust, it's important for you to know that you ultimately own your data. And on top of that, we also believe that we've built a very unique network that has a fabric that enables us to be able to deploy security controls within any region on the globe in a differentiated way than our competitors can. And then when it comes down to it, we know that you need access to your applications and your data when you need them. And it's built on each application, is built on the same infrastructure that Google builds our own applications to be able to streamline those deployment of application security and other elements to ensure those applications perform appropriately. And we look at the ability to satisfy your compliance and regulatory requirements. We know it's critically important that we can address key elements such as PCI or HIPAA, or FedRAMP. But we also know there's key requirements in EMEA and APAC that we need to address. So building in key technologies such as sovereign cloud solutions to address all the requirements globally are critically important for each of you as customers. And then we also want to make sure that the technology footprint that we all put in place collectively together, ultimately we understand the environmental impacts. And at Google Cloud, we believe that we really take a differentiated approach to ensure that the footprint that we leave behind, really, takes into account the environmental impact. And then clearly AI is a critical, topic, but we also want to make sure that we address AI and your needs of AI and our partners' needs of AI in a very, constructive and thoughtful way. And when we look at innovations, we start off with Data Cloud, which looks at the entire ecosystem of data and how it lives within your environment, from data warehouses to data lakes to data analytics that are critical for your security needs. And then we talked about open infrastructure and Kubernetes, but we also look at other key areas such as Anthos, which focuses on multi-cloud. And why is multi-cloud so important? We believe at Google Cloud that we differentiate ourselves by actually recognizing there are other clouds. And you have applications in each of those clouds, and we want to make sure that you can apply security controls consistently across each of your cloud footprints. But then we also think about trusted cloud, and those key elements that are intrinsic to everything that we do. And for those of you that may not know, is we actually acquired Mandiant, and we've included that threat intelligence to the fabric of our overall infrastructure, and you can leverage that, in many different ways to improve your overall security posture and your customer security posture. And then collaboration cloud and workspace, and making sure that we have the right security controls in there to address all of your workspace needs. And then last but not least, and why we're here today, is really to talk about the joint partnerships and how we bring a better together value proposition with somebody like Fortinet to bring you unique security controls. And what's critically important about this is us and a Fortinet are a very eager technology partner to work with you in a differentiated way than the other cloud service providers. And then also looking at unique elements, we have been building very cool applications for a very long time that are on the foundation of user experience. We bring forward that same user experience when working with a Fortinet to provide you unique security, controls and solutions. And then the history of co-innovation. When we talk co-innovation, we're not just talking co-innovation with our customers, being you, but we're also talking about it with our partner. And I think what's very important when I introduce Fortinet here is that Fortinet may be a partner, but first and foremost, they are a customer and they leverage Google Cloud in a similar way that you as a customer may as well. And then we also have to make sure that we address each of the categories that you're looking at, whether that's governance, risk, and compliance, CNAP, secure logging, network, next generation firewalls. We ensure that we look at each of the risks and threats and are providing you partners such as Fortinet that can address any of the areas that Google Cloud itself cannot. And so we really leverage these core foundational layers, being trust, innovation, and partnerships to bring you unique solutions. And we're really excited to be able to talk about how we jointly partner with Fortinet, which is a very trusted partner of ours, to be able to deliver these unique solutions. And I'm very happy to introduce you to Paul, who's going to pick up the conversation and really talk about how Fortinet is leveraging Google Cloud to be able to provide you as a customer unique solutions.
Thanks, Preston. Hi, everyone. I'm really keen to take you through how Fortinet and Google Cloud have partnered to develop some unique solutions and really help our joint customers move into Google Cloud more securely. So first of all, I just want to cover a few different areas just to talk about what the challenges are that our customers are facing as they're moving into the cloud. And this isn't exclusive to Google Cloud. Preston mentioned that actually Google recognized that there are other cloud providers out there. And there is challenges as customers are starting to adopt multi-cloud environments. There's a huge skill gap, not only in cybersecurity, but also in cloud. And when you combine this, it really compounds that factor. And therefore, getting hold of the right skills and retaining those skills is a real challenge for organizations. And then each cloud is set up differently and has its own complexities. So understanding where that data resides and how you can secure that data becomes a real problem, especially when you can't protect what you can't see. So end-to-end visibility becomes something that is imperative. And from a security perspective, there's lots of different solutions that are out there that customers can choose from. But ensuring the right ones can operate in your cloud environment and can integrate appropriately is something that needs to be considered. And Preston mentioned it, but Fortinet have been working with Google Cloud for over 6 years. And what we are trying to make sure that we can achieve and help our customers with is making sure that we can see and respond to threats with a converged networking and security approach to protect the network, applications, and workloads. And we have taken a platform approach to this. We've organized our portfolio in 3 different areas. So really that's designed to match the challenges that our customers have been facing. The first area is secure networking, which is focused on the converged platforms that you can implement within your own private environment that you use to build out your underlying secure networking infrastructure. And then that extends to Universal SASE, which provides a set of cloud-hosted solutions which we can use to complement that infrastructure. And this is where we've looked to work with cloud providers like Google Cloud to complement our customers' existing security. And then on top of all that, we can provide visibility across the whole environment with a set of security operations capabilities that can provide consistent management and reporting across the entire domain. And these pillars fit into a platform approach underpinned by a single operating system, which provides a consistent look and feel across our technology, which means that you get much deeper interoperability, automation, and integration. Fortinet's converged platform approach has security at its heart and is built on AI-driven models, which is based on our FortiOS. It's our unique operating system. And because of this, we're able to automate deployment of our solutions across a hybrid multi-cloud environment and share intelligence across agents and devices. And we can take threat feeds from third-party organizations as well if required. So, for example, if Google Cloud Security Command Center identifies a threat within a workload, we're able to complete a remediation action and automate that to detect and diffuse that threat in real time and share that information back with SCC, but also with other Fortinet solutions across the customer's enterprise environment. This means that customers are protected against future attacks as well. It also means that with these types of solutions and this platform approach, we're able to provide consistent security across a hybrid multi-cloud environment, making sure that you can hit your compliance, regulation requirements, and ultimately protect your data. So Preston talked about it before, about being a trusted cloud. We can really help complement what Google Cloud are able to offer natively within their console and really uplift that security to the next level. And with this single platform approach, this single operating system underpinned by AI and automation, we can help reduce those manual tasks and ensure speedy automated responses to attacks. And we come in a variety of different form factors as well, which means that we can protect your on-prem and your cloud environment, as well as protect endpoints, networks, applications, data, cloud workloads, and provide that full end-to-end picture. So if we then map that back to the Google Cloud approach, Preston talked about the data cloud, the open cloud, being the trusted cloud, and the collaborative cloud for your environment. Well, from a data cloud, Fortinet can be deployed across that endpoint all the way through to the cloud and has, as I mentioned, AI built in and machine learning engines, which we've been developing for over a decade. It allows us to provide that visibility and control and secure that data, whether it's in the data lakes, the data warehouses, and make sure you've got that improved data protection and increase the response times and your security posture. From an open cloud perspective, Fortinet have over 360 alliance partnerships across 660 fabric integrations, including deep integrations within Google Cloud, which means that we can not only fit into your entire IT stack, but also simplify and automate operations across all of your existing technologies. So we can also secure the open environment you're creating with application and API security to, again, complement Google Cloud products such as Google Cloud's Apogee. From a trusted cloud perspective, we have market-leading security. We can be part of that zero trust access framework that Preston talked about earlier in the presentation. So, for example, by partnering with Google Cloud, we've been able to offer our SASE solution to over 90 different countries, and we can provide consistent verification, authentication, as well as limit access to applications and resources based on user type, device, and use and leverage that Google Cloud backbone and networking to provide a superior user experience. And then with collaboration tools such as Google Workspace, we can uplift security, providing additional security to things like Gmail, providing additional data loss protection within Workspace as well. So users can connect and collaborate with confidence. So in summary, Fortinet's platform approach, combined with Google Cloud, can protect you from all the way from on-prem into that cloud environment and extend those same security and controls and provide consistent operations, consistent policy, a consistent look and feel. With AI-driven threat intelligence based on models that we've delivered or been working on for over a decade, and from a threat feed from over 5 million devices that Fortinet has out there in the field, we can automate the provisioning and deployment of security solutions within the cloud, as well as integrate with your existing security solutions and native tools that you're using within Google. And then by leveraging underlying Google Compute, Kubernetes engine, their premium networking backbone, we're able to serve customers globally, fit into your zero trust approach, and provide that consistent, superior user experience everywhere, allowing your users to collaborate securely and with confidence. A great example of how our platform approach and collaboration with Google has helped a customer is outlined here. So by partnering with Fortinet and Google, Mutual Asia were able to modernize their IT environment and were able to complete a digital transformation that included improved cybersecurity and data interoperability to digital patient services. This leveraged Google Cloud services to get better insights into treatments, as well as outcomes and patient experiences. And as the data that Mutual Asia work with is sensitive patient data, they use the Fortinet security platform to strengthen their network perimeter and prevent increasingly common kind of DDoS attacks, as well as defend against network-based attacks and web application and API attacks through our FortiGate solution, which is our next generation firewall, as well as our FortiWeb, which is our web application firewall. And this really shored up Mutual Asia's IT defenses, but also helped them keep network traffic moving smoothly and reduce against downtime and outages. They're able to reduce their operational overhead and increase their security posture with consistent security policies and centralized management across their multi-cloud environment. So this is a great example of how Fortinet and Google Cloud work together to secure a customer and improve the outcomes for the customer and their patients. So hopefully that's given you a good idea on how Fortinet and Google Cloud can work better together. If you'd like to learn more, please visit cloud.google.com/Fortinet. And I'd like to end by sharing that we're a very proud winner of the Google Cloud Partner of the Year in Security, Identity and Endpoint Protection in 2023, as well as Application and Infrastructure Security in 2024. I think this really reinforces and validates what Fortinet and Google Cloud can deliver together as a partnership. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, Paul, for the in-depth overview of how Google Cloud and Fortinet work better together. And thank you, everyone, for joining us in this session. Hope you learned something, and we look forward to working with you on solutions with Fortinet and Google Cloud.
Oh, thank you so much, Preston and Paul. What a wonderful presentation and such an interesting conversation. My brain is still kind of buzzing from that. That was so great. I know that we have a lot of questions that we are not going to have the time to get to today, but I want to let all of you know, a reminder that all the questions that you asked are getting sent to the Google Cloud and Fortinet team. So keep those questions coming in. We will make sure that you get answers back in follow-up. And another great way to get all the answers that you're looking for is, again, to visit that handouts tab. Make sure that you're clicking around, get those resources, because you will want to follow up on the conversation that we've just had, right? There's only so much that we can keep in our brains, and there was so much info that we just got. So be sure that you've got those resources and follow-ups as a way to make sure that you can keep this conversation going, that you can keep exploring and digging in and getting to know Google Cloud and Fortinet just a little bit better, because I know you're going to want to keep this rolling after we wrap up here. Well, we have reached the end of our webinar, which means that it is time for that prize giveaway. So as you can see, we have a $250 Best Buy gift card, and we are going to give that away to someone who is here, live, present, and a little bit lucky at the webinar today. And that special someone is Steve Rutkowski of Pennsylvania. Steve Rutkowski of Pennsylvania, congratulations on your $250 Best Buy gift card. And stay tuned, because we will also be looking at all the questions asked. Remember, that is the best question gift card. It's a $50 Best Buy gift card, and we will be following up with you on those after we wrap. So if you asked a question today, you are still entered to win. All right, well, with that, on behalf of the Actual Tech Media team, I want to once again thank Google Cloud and Fortinet for making this incredible webinar possible. And especially to our wonderful speakers here with us today, Preston and Paul, you have given us so much to think about. Which, of course, brings me around to all of you, my wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for taking time out of your days to come and participate in this webinar and be a part of this conversation together with us. You know, these types of conversations, these discussions are such great examples of the interesting and in-depth learning that can happen when we all pool our information, our experiences, we engage in these topics together. This is how we stay ahead of that ever-evolving threat landscape, right? Our conversations just like this. So thank you so much for coming to be a part of it today. I know that I have learned a ton from this session. I hope that you all have as well. I cannot wait to see you all at a webinar again soon. And until then, have an absolutely beautiful rest of your day.